Sure.
Thank you, Jeff Wah. Great to hear your dose of tones this weekend. First horse out in this competition, BB Boom and Penelope Johnson. Order of go, we'll do the short. There are 11 horses in the short, and then we will switch over to the long, and we welcome out Penny Johnson, bringing in 125.9 penalties after the first two phases. $74.1 for the time taken, so there will be some time penalties added, plus a couple of rails down. We'll have that official score for you momentarily in BB Boom and Penelope Johnson. 12 jumping penalties, 2.4 time penalties at this stage of the competition, to have a total of 14.4. Next out into the arena, we welcome Ultimate Velocity, currently in 8th place. Shane Rose carrying 43 penalties to this final phase.
So Ultimate Velocity is car-owned by Shane Rose and Sonny Jackson. He has had a first at Wallaby Hill 4-star long and a first at Adelaide 4-star short.
Easy does it safely over last, 67.01, 67.01. No jumping penalties no time penalties under the time allowed of 69 seconds. Shane Rose, ultimate velocity. Hits his first of 4 times around the course, 2 in the short format, 2 in the long format. And under the time allowed, as we now welcome out next of our riders. Currently sitting in 10th place, this is Gemma Tinney and Wanda.
Wanda is owned by Karen Tinney, and Gemma placed third at Wallaby 4-star this year.
She's comfortable. Oh, Wanda safely over the last. 65.59, 65.59, so nicely under the time allowed of 69 seconds. Just the 1 rail down, 4 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 4. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome number 4 out in our order to go. Rider number 170, Double S and Evergreen Jackpot, and Jordan Faint, carrying 58.8 penalties into this final phase of competition. .63 the time taken, 66.63. She rattled a couple of fences, mainly that auto fence, but it stayed in the cups. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and all clear for Jordan Faint and Double S and Evergreen Jackpot. Completes their 3 phases on a total score of 58.8. So they'll hold on to their 9th place, potentially pulling themselves up the leaderboard. In due course, time will tell. Next rider into the arena will be our 5th rider out. The winner of the Rod Chichester Best Freestyle Dressage on her young horse, Hayley Freelick. Dundon Black Watch is the next of our riders, currently placed in 7th place with the total penalties of 42.8 penalties.
And
Just the one down, wasn't it?
68.82.
Oh, scrapes in under the time allowed of 69 seconds. 68.82, 68.82. The one rail down, 4 jumping penalties. No time penalties, a total of 4 for Dundon Black Watch and Hayley Freelick. On a 46.8 total penalties, 46.8 after the 3 phases. Next out into the arena, Southern Highlands local Annabelle Cargill, riding Caprice, competitor number 176, had the 35.2 dressage penalties, 5.6 time penalties on cross country, to be sitting currently in 6th place on 40.8 penalties. Annabelle Cargill safely over the Gow-Gates fence at the last, 68.86 under the time allowed, 68.86, no jumping penalties, no time penalties, just the 5.6 time penalties from the cross country added to their dressage to complete the 3 phases here in the Wallaby Hills CCI 4-star short on a total of 40.8 for Caprice and Annabelle Cargill. Next out into the arena, we welcome Jade Finlay, and Jade is riding Oaks Cordelia, carrying 38.3 penalties into the final phase. One of 3 riders only to go clear cross country, 9th after dressage, now sitting in 5th place, Jade Finlay, Oaks Cordelia. 65.54, 65.54. The one rail down, 4 jumping penalties, no time, a total of 4. So that'll put her on 42.3, 42.3, which means Annabelle Cargill will climb up 1 placing on the leaderboard. Well, he's won everything bar the kitchen sink so far today. Andrew Cooper, can he go 3 from 3? Winner of the 2, winner of the 3. Can he win the 4? Amiga Star, carrying 37.6 penalties to the final phase.
And Amiga Star is owned by Vivian Higgins, by Churchill Downs, and out of Misha's Battle.
now based up at Arachula in Queensland, just outside of Bow Desert. Andrew Cooper, Omega Star. Well, the two rails down, 64.82, 64.82. 8 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 8. 45.6 the total penalties, 45.6 after the 3 phases of competition here in the Wallaby Hills CCI 4-star. Big thank you once again to our major sponsor of the weekend, Gow-Gates Insurance, for their continued support of us here at Wallaby Hill. Competitor number 174 now makes their way out into the arena. This is Kate Taliana, carrying 30.8 penalties within striking distance of the lead. She has just less than one rail between her and our current leader, Shane Rose. 3.4 penalties to be exact. Kate Taliana, Trafalgar 2, 30.8 penalties.
So as we're waiting for this jump to be checked, a bit of information on Trafalgar 2. Trafalgar 2 is a British sport horse. It's by Fleetwood Opposition and out of Wexford Lady. And Katie has had Trafalgar 2 at Sydney CCI 4-star for a win, and at Albury 2020 CCI 4-star for another win. At Christmas she wants a clone of Trafalgar 2. And we see more like to get going.
So carrying the 30.8 penalties, third last competitor to go in the CCI 4-star short, Trafalgar 2, Katie Taliana.
There you go.
All right, a textbook time at 68.44, just under the time allowed of 69 seconds. 4 penalties for the rail down at the Wallaby Hill skinny vertical. So 34.8 over the 3 phases of competition for Katie Taliana and Trafalgar 2. Shanae Lowings, a bold venture, our second last competitor to go. Carrying 1.8 penalties after the first 2 phases of competition. 1.6 time penalties added to the cross-country, to the dressage score for time on cross-country. 27.6, meaning she comes into this final phase carrying 29.2 penalties. And this is bold venture, Shanae Lowings.
And owner and rider Shanae with Bold Venture, second in the 3-star long at Wallaby Hill last year. And this horse was purchased off a Facebook ad as a retired racehorse by Devaraja and out of Royal Zam, Shanae Lowings with Bold Venture.
Safely on the last, 66.23, 66.23. 4 jumping penalties. 33.2 after the 3 phases, 33.2 for jumping. So 3 horses and riders have jumped clear in this competition. Shane Rose being one of them, Jordan Faint and Annabelle Cargill. Shane Rose now comes back out into the arena. He rides the beautiful Virgil, carrying 27.4 penalties. Sitting second after dressage with that horse retiring. He took the lead going into cross country, was clear there. Shane Rose, Virgil, now has 1 rail up his sleeve. Textbook ride, there's winner, 64.89. No penalties to be added from the dressage. Well done to Shane Rose and Virgil. Clear jumping, 27.4. He will be declared the winner a little bit later on this afternoon in the Wallaby Hill CCI 4-star short competition. We'll have those results for you as they come to hand. As we now turn our attention, and the entertainment does not stop as we start the Gow-Gates Insurance CCI 4-star lot. Great to have